Catering vehicles are on their way.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome everyone. Good to see you tonight. We are live back in Microsoft Flight Simulator for another wonderful flight. We're going to be going over to Boston Logan International Airport this evening. We're on the ground in the lovely iniBuilds New Detroit, and we're going to be heading over to fly Tampa, Boston. So we're in the A321 tonight, Delta, real world ops, real world flight from Detroit to Boston. Good to see all of you guys. Actually, give me 1 second, guys. Hold on. Let me grab something real quick. 1 second. Alright, we're back. There we go. Alright, so we're live in Detroit. Good to see you guys. Let's see who we got here. We got Bobby in chat. Welcome. Kenny's here. Kevin Thomas is here. Good to see my friend. Mr. Captain is here. Welcome, guys. Good to see all of you guys. Carlos is here. Hello, hello. What's going on? Alright, so we're in the lovely A321. We're going to give the A321 a shot here. Ants is here. Welcome aboard. Catering's finished up. Boarding is about to begin. As we get ready to go, we're going to request our boarding.
Requested.
And we're going to hop on board and get our clearance and get ready to rock and roll over to Boston. Hour and 25 minutes of flight time. Not a long flight tonight, guys. And just the one flight. So if you guys would like to fly along with us, we are on VATSIM. So let's do it. Let's go ahead and jump on in our aircraft here into the cockpit. There we go. We'll get that down here. We'll get these sounds turned back up. And all right, let's get power to our aircraft. There we go. We'll get the ground power on. Battery 1 and 2 can come on. That looks good. Our dome light can come on. We got our Adirs 1, 2, and 3 over to nav.
Do you want to board crew?
We'll just board the crew. Pilot's already on
Crew
board.
boarding starting.
Crew supply can come on. Ground control. Nav and logo lights are on.
Your crew
Smoking
has
signs.
boarded.
Arm the emergency lights.
Passengers boarding starting.
We'll get our overhead panel lights up. That looks good there. All right, sweet, sweet, sweet. Matt is here. What's going on, Matt? Good evening, Cap. What's going on, Matt? Welcome aboard. Good to see you. We got our screen brightnesses up here. Get some light brightnesses up. That all looks good. Got these ones up here as well. Alright, that all looks good. Gonna make do screen brightness up. Alright, aircraft's coming alive. Good to see you too. Just did a flight from San Diego to Las Vegas. Nice. That's a good flight. Going to get some of your merch very soon. And hey, sounds good. Ion's good. Alright, let's get our tablet on, fire it up. Everything else is looking good so far. Alright, so let's go here. We'll import our SimBrief data. That all looks good. We're going Detroit to Boston. So let's go here and we're going to put our fuel here. Fuel for this flight is going to be 16,000 pounds of fuel. We'll get that in there. 16,000 pounds of fuel. Well, actually it's 15.5. I'm going to put a little bit extra. 16,000 pounds of fuel. We'll load that. Payload. We can load this from SimBrief as well. And begin boarding.
Boarding completed.
There we go. All the weight and everything is on board. That looks good. Air traffic control. Looks like air traffic control just went offline. They were online, but it looks like they just hopped off. So we're going to be on Unicom. This is new to the tablet. They've updated this.
Ladies and gentlemen from the flight deck, on behalf of myself, your captain, the first officer, and cabin crew, I'd like to take this time to welcome you aboard our flight.
I'm
just wrapping up some paperwork up front here, waiting to
F-14,
see final
nice. I
numbers from the
saw, I
ground
think you were
crew, then we'll
posting
be
some
on our
pictures
way.
on my Discord,
Flight
weren't you,
attendants will
Matt?
be coming through the cabin shortly with
I
a very
saw some of
important
that.
safety briefing. We do ask that you give them your full, undivided attention as they review the
Let's
safety
go to our
operations of this
ATSU
Airbus
menu.
aircraft. We do appreciate your business having you aboard this flight. If there's anything we do to make your flight any more enjoyable, please don't hesitate
request
to
that
ask.
flight data.
Welcome aboard.
There we go, that all looks good. And we can go back here. We do a weather request as well. Okay, DTW. And we'll go OK Boston. And we'll send that off. We'll come back to that. And we'll go to our regular menu. That all looks good. We'll go to our init page and we'll press the rest of our flight data here. All that should get filled in here in just a moment. And then we're going to go ahead and align the IRSs. And confirm. Alright, that looks good. We are Delta Flight 1003, service to Boston. Cost index of 15 is correct. That's all good there. We can request the winds. That's all good there. Put in our weight. And our block fuel of 15.5. That looks good there. Alright, so flight plan here at Las Vegas. Let's go back over to... let's see, is Digital ATIS available? This is new on here. Let's see if this works. Okay, I don't know if that worked or not. Message record, no messages, flight request, ground request. Oh, so we can actually request stuff in here. Okay. The newest update for this plane I have not seen yet until now. We got an emergency menu now too. Okay. Interesting. Alright, let's go back here. AOC, we're going to receive messages. No messages. Looks like the weather request did not work. We'll send that again, see if it comes up. Maybe it's not working. Always try this. But like one of them's got to work. Alright, that's right. Oh, our flight number went out, that's right. Delta 1003. Oh, not work? What's going on? Alright, I guess it just doesn't want to go in. That's fine with me. Alright, so let's look at my METAR data I got over here on my other screen. Real world right now, departing runway 3 left and 4 right out of Detroit. Let me look at my map. So 3 left. What did I say? 3 left? 3 left. 4 right. Alright, so we're going to depart on runway 3 left since we're going to be going to the east. So 3 left will be our planned departure out of here. So we're going to go to departure. We're going to go 3 left. We're departing on the Howie 3. Past it. Howie 3 and Lincoln transition. And we can insert that. That looks good there. We can clear this discontinuity. That looks good. Cool. And then into Boston, we're going to be planning for Real Ace into Boston. ILS approach 27 is in use, so we're going to go ILS 27. ILS 27 from JFund 2. And no, do we need that via, let me take a look here, runway 27, we can put it in there just in case, and Ponic for the star transition, and we'll insert that, check for any discontinuities. And everything looks good there. There we go. Go to our performance page here. And let's go back over to our handy dandy tablet. Jordan Lewis is here. Hey, what's going on? Hi there, welcome aboard. Will this game work if I have GeForce RTX 1050 Ti? Yes, it will. You will not get the best performance out of it though. But if you lower your settings, you can definitely make it work. It just won't look as good graphically, but you can get it to work. It just depends on what you use. I would definitely say you want to recommend upgrading to at least a 2080 Super or higher at this point if you're able to. If you're not, like I said, you can make it work. You just got to do low-end settings. Okay, so let's go through here. See, is there anything else on here? Calculator, this is for top percent landing. Okay, so no performance calculation. That's fine. So let's go back down here. And we're gonna go flaps. How long is our runway? 8,000 foot runway. Let's go flaps 2. And we'll go a trim of down 0.3. We'll put that in there. We want to do a flex of, say, 31 degrees. And that'll give us takeoff speeds of 133, 134, and 138. Alright, that all looks good. Anyone in chat want to give me a squawk code to use? And I'll use your guys' squawk code since there's no ATC online. Uh-oh. Whatever, our throttle's not where they're supposed to be. This should be here. Alright, we might need to recalibrate our throttles. Recalibrate the throttles. Sim options, calibrate detents. Okay, full reverse. That. Idle reverse. That. We do idle. That. We do climb. That. We do flex. That. And toga. That. Save and apply. Let's see if that works. There we go. Alright. Throttles are back to normal. One, two, three, four. Okay, that's simple enough. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, that's good. We'll leave that there. Put on all, go to TA. That looks good. Good. We'll get our door locked. I'm gonna go straight up to our cruise, which is gonna be 37,000 feet. And that's good there. Let's fire up the APU. Right, master switch is coming on. Seatbelt signs can come on. Something's not right with the engine there. The right engine reverser is open, even though it shouldn't be, because it's clearly showing it in idle. Interesting. Okay, well, we'll leave it for now. Hopefully it'll fix itself. You love Delta Airlines? Me too. Alright, because the graphics card I have works good, but when I had it before, I had a built-in graphics card, which kind of sucked for me, to be honest. Yeah, built-in ones are not as good, especially for stuff like this, to be honest. Okay, so Detroit 3038 is our altimeter, so 3038. That's high pressure. 038. Okay, that's good there. Let's call for our pushback tug. We are pretty much ready to go. Ready to rock and roll, boys. Ready to rock and roll tonight. Hopefully we don't have any XP shenanigans. Don't have any XP 72 shenanigans on this the A321. I think he did have some last time he flew this plane. I did not have any last time I flew it, but it's been a while. But yeah, it's definitely been a while. Everything else here is good. Wheel chocks can go off. And AP is available. AP bleeds on. Ground power is off. Okay, everything's looking good. We're going to push back nose to the left here. Hopefully that engine will correct itself. looking plane. So let's see what happens. Oh, we will see what happens. Oh, I don't have my rudders on. That's a problem. There we go. Hopefully that didn't mess anything up. Alright, let's get our beacon on. And release the brakes. Alright, commencing push. Clear to start all engines. Alright, engine page coming up. Let's turn our engine mode selector over to ignition. And we'll start our time and fire up engine number 1. Good evening from New Zealand. What's going on? Welcome. Just landed an hour ago from Christchurch. Nice. A321 unit A, yes sir. Let's get this party started. Yes, we're on the A321 Neo today. Alright, set our parking brakes. Waiting for engine number 1 to become available. It should be right now. Alright, engine 1 is good. Let's fire up engine number 2.
Flight attendants, please prepare for takeoff.
Alright, 2 good engine starts. Engine AP bleed can come off. AP master switch is off. Auto brake over to max. Spoilers are on. Predictive wind shear is on. Get our trim set. That looks good. 5-minute warm up on the engines. Taxi lights on. And let's get flap set. Those 2s are coming out. The blur from the engines. Spaces right there in our way. the Airbus sounds. Yes. Airbus sounds are good. Alright. Let's go ahead and take off config test. Normal. That's back over to normal there. Let's release our parking brakes. And with that, we're good to go. So it is getting our reverser on here. Or it's thinking our reversers are on. So I need to recalibrate some options. Idle. What's the time there? Here in New Zealand, 4:27. It's 7:28 at night. Yeah, 7:28 at night. Oh, this van's gonna get crushed. We're about to get crushed. Oh, he's dead. These rudders are extra sensitive. It's gonna be fun. Be right back. Alright, sounds good. I'm gonna make a right here, which this should turn into Foxtrot. He lives in New Zealand, yes, Tyler. Yep, nice big bump in the taxiway there. Alright, so turning left is not as sensitive, but turning to the right, very sensitive. Very sensitive, whatever it is. I'm barely pushing my rudder pedal. Which just always happens when I forget to turn on the rudder pedal before loading into the sim. I become like super sensitive when I turn it on in sim for whatever reason. Detroit traffic Delta 1003 departing runway 3 left Detroit. Alright guys, we are looking good for departure. Let's do it. Yes, I am Pacific Standard Time. Alright, here we go. Engine's up 50%. And stable. And takeoff power set. Gears coming up. to see you, man. Welcome aboard. Long time no see. Good to see you. Alright, let's get some... Get some songs playing. Back with a Miss Kenny. Just departure. We just departed. So yeah, just missing departure. See if this thing has any good fixed wing views. Doesn't come with really any great fixed views. You can see the city down there poking through the clouds. Cloudy departure. Bright landing light. The sweet sounds of the Airbus. Airbus does sound good. It does sound good, but we're on our way, hour and 25 minutes to get to Boston tonight. Let me fix my thing. Is not reading our speed for whatever reason. Let me try refreshing. I'm gonna refresh our overlay. Hold on. Don't panic, it's gonna go black for just a second. And I'm just gonna re-put in our information. Alright, there we go. Now it's gonna update. Oh boy, look at this thing climb. We're climbing like a rocket. 3,000 feet per minute. Currently crossing the pond in the A310 yourself. Nice. Did you get your yoke set up? You got your yoke set up. We'll be expecting some flying with us. Alright, let's go and disarm our ground spoilers. Everything else looking good. We got a company message. Could be a company message. Oh, we finally got the ATIS. I've been saying it's not available. Well, it took long enough. Alright. Well on our way, boys. Looking good. How's the A310 treating you, Kenny? You liking it? Do, 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 do. Yes, flying over to lovely Boston, Massachusetts tonight. One of my favorite airports to fly in of all time. I would say Boston's at the top of the list, with Las Vegas, DC, San Diego. I think those are definitely in my top, probably in the top 5 in the US at least. But I mean, we got a lot of places we love to fly into. She's definitely in there at the top. I would say they're definitely in the top 5 for the US, definitely in the top 10 for the world. Now, what's in the whole top 10 list, I'm not sure. I'd have to really think about it, but there's quite a lot of favorable airports out there. All right, we're approaching transition altitude. So, fun fact question. How many of you guys know the difference between transition altitude and transition level? You guys know the difference? Good, standard pressure set. We'll get our landing lights off here. And seatbelt line come off too. Anyone here know the difference between transition altitude and transition level? There is a big difference between both. If you get the correct answer, you might get a little bonus prize. Okay, well, if you guys don't know, I guess I'll explain it to you. So, transition altitude is when you're reaching levels where you move from one standard to the next. Altitude is where you set altimeter to the pressure of the arrival field or standard. No. So, it's used for when we're reaching transition level and altitude. It's essentially the same thing, but different. So, we'll use America for example. In America, the transition altitude, level, and altitude is all at 18,000 feet in America, right? So, transition altitude is used to describe when you're reaching 18,000 feet on the way up. Transition level is when you're reaching 18,000 feet on the way down. Does that make sense? So when you look at a chart, sometimes, especially depending where you're at in the world, you'll look at the chart here and it will say transition, where's that? It usually says it on the chart here. Probably won't, because everyone knows in America it's all 18,000. Okay, so it says right here. So see, on the arrival chart it says transition level, and on departure charts it's going to say transition altitude, which I don't see it on this one. Oh, yeah, there it is. See on the departure chart it says transition altitude, because in other worlds they're usually different. They're not always the same. But in America it is 18,000 up or down no matter where you're at. But altitude just means it's the transition level for standard pressure going up. Transition level is the standard pressure going down in descent. And the way that you can remember that is the letter A for altitude. If you think of a capital A, it's got a point that points up. And for transition level, it's a V, and that V points down. That's the easy way to remember it. That was taught to me by Mr. Chemtrails. Captain Chemtrails, the real world airline pilot. Easy way to remember that. I did not know that difference until he told me. Did not know. I always called them both the same thing. But there is a difference. And that definitely comes in handy when you're flying, like I said, anywhere in the world other than America. Because if you fly, say, in Europe or South America, like, there's a different altitude going up, and there's a different altitude going down for standard pressurization. That will really come in handy when you're real-world flying outside of America. America, I think flying in America is so much easier than the rest of the world. It's so much more simplified when it comes in terms of arrivals, departures, procedures. As strict as the FAA is, that kind of stuff is way more simple than, say, flying in Europe, where you have one arrival, but that arrival has like 15 arrivals within that one arrival. When the level and the altitude differs, why? I'm not sure why they would differ. Like I said, outside of America, it is so much more complicated in terms of charts and flying than it is in America, where it's all 18,000 feet. If you go to Europe, you'll take off at one London airport that has one transition altitude, and you go to another airport that has a totally different transition altitude, even though it's in England, the same country. And it's not even that far away from the other one. It's got a different level. So I don't know how or why they do all that. I'm sure there's some kind of reasoning behind it, but I'm not entirely sure how they come up with it. But I could try and find out. But it does look like Center just popped back online. Potentially. Cleveland Center may be coming online right now, but we'll keep an eye out for it. If you guys are just joining us too, please don't forget to smash down that thumbs up button. Get us to our 30 like goal for today's live stream. There's our goal every stream. Get to 30 likes, hit that thumb up button. It really helps promote our stream. Get our stream out there so we can keep growing it as a community together. Do pilots get to choose what airline and aircraft type they want to fly? Yes and no. So, I mean, you can choose obviously what airline you fly for, because it depends on who you apply for a job with, right? If you don't want to fly for a certain airline, don't apply for the job. But at the same time, you have to fly at whatever airline is willing to accept you too. So if you want to fly Delta but they don't hire you, and you want to be a pilot, you're going to have to fly with whoever's willing to hire you, right? So you can, in a term, pick what airline you want to fly for. Aircraft type. You can also, when you apply for an airline, apply to be a certain pilot of a certain aircraft. However, it's all based on seniority and stuff like that, and what's available. So you won't always get the one you want to get. You're going to get what's available. If the one you want's available, then you have a good chance of getting it. Depends on seniority as well. And you get trained for that aircraft. And then when you want to fly a different aircraft, you got to get retrained, and then you'll no longer be flying that other aircraft. Like, they don't fly you in too many different types of aircraft all the time. You usually stay in the one type of aircraft. Anytime you switch, you have to redo training, because, as you know, going from like a 737 to a 75 or a 76, totally different ball game. Much bigger aircraft, a lot of different flight dynamics, different controls, different emergency situations and fixing things, so you have to get retrained. So if you're flying a 7.5, you can fly a 7.6, because those are like two of the same type of class aircraft. You can fly both of those at the same time. But not if you're flying a 7.3, you can't just jump from a 7.3 to an Airbus, and vice versa. So there's a lot of limitations, but you have options. It's just not guaranteed. You can't just say, yep, I'm only going to fly this. Nope. I mean, you're an employee of the airline, so you really got to take what they offer you if you want to fly. Very few are lucky enough. I mean, once you get really high in seniority, then you really have a pick of what you want. You know, I mean, you don't even have like picks of where you fly to very much either, especially when you're new, because you're very low in seniority. So you kind of get the bottom of the barrel when it comes to flight routes. All the ones that people don't want. So yeah, you're kind of stuck in that aspect of it. So, but yeah, we just got the one flight tonight over to Boston. We are going to be live again tomorrow. Tomorrow, we're going to be doing an after dark of some kind. I'm not sure what we're doing yet tomorrow. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what we're doing tomorrow. We may do... Yeah, I'm not sure. We may do some police simulator. We may do some dispatch simulator. We may do some Call of Duty. I'm not entirely sure what we want to do yet tomorrow. But we have options. But yeah, we'll be live for an after dark tomorrow because not our normal stream day. But like I said, we're trying to stream every 25 days of Christmas. That's the plan. As many days as we can up until Christmas. Because like I said, we will be taking a little bit of a break between Christmas and New Year's as we upgrade things to the stream, upgrade things to the computer, and get some things done, as well as just enjoy family time in the holidays. So basically, when you get more hours, you get to choose what aircraft you want to fly, or when you apply for the certain airline. Like I said, yes and no. It depends on what they have available. You can't just fly a 737 if they have no available slots. But you can say, I want to apply and I would like to fly the 757. You know, that's the one that you can apply for. But they may come back to you and say, well, we don't have these available. We'd like you to fly the Airbus. So just keep in mind that the more versatile you are, the more likely you are to get hired. And the better you can be. Don't limit yourself to just one type of aircraft, especially when you're just starting out in the airlines, from what I'm hearing. Like I said, now with that being said, airlines, obviously they're looking for a lot of pilots right now. They need a lot of pilots. So right now is a good time to apply for airlines because you do have more options. But as they finally get caught up on hiring pilots, the less and less options you're going to have. Now, when will they be caught up on pilots? Who knows? Because they are pretty short-handed, but, you know. We got Captain Chemtrails. You know, he started out flying the 757, 767. And then he went and flew Airbus as well. And then he moved over to the 73s. So, he's kind of done them all. For Delta, in my opinion, it's either the 737, A320, or the 797 when it comes out. Yes, but for that plane there, you're going to be most likely in a long line of seniority. So the better the plane, with the better destinations, the less likely you are to get it. I mean, also when you apply for airline, usually you're starting at the regionals. So in all reality, most of the time, unless you're a very lucky few, most of the time you're starting at the regionals because you got to build up hours. You're starting at the regionals, you're flying a CRJ, or you're flying an E-Jet and Embraer. That's typically what you're starting off. If they ask to fly the A380, will you say yes? I mean, you could. I don't know if I would want to do that. I think I would prefer the shorter flights instead of the super long flights, to be honest. So I would definitely be a 737 guy instead of a bigger jet guy pilot. Now, I'd still fly 7675 and stuff like that, but you know, I would prefer the shorter flights. So that's, I think, also a reason why my favorite aircraft is a 737. I mean, there's a lot of reasons why, but probably one of the main reasons why it's one of my favorite, because of the range of flights that it normally flies. You know, 75, 76s, I mean, some of those fly some short flights too, but the majority of the flights, you know, are 3+ hours in those planes, or 4+ hours even. You know, and as it's fun to fly and be fun to cruise, I think it's just a lot more fun to take off and land, because that's when you're actually really doing most of the work. But, you know, so when you fly the bigger jets, like the 75, you know, the 787, 787, 900, 1000, then, you know, 74s, 380s, then you get to travel the world a lot more. So if you were to fly one of the bigger planes for Delta, an A350, A330, the 787, whatever it is, 777, 767, then you can travel the world more, get paid for it. Let's see, we have Morningstar here, that FedEx contracts, they put you on a Grand Caravan initially and then move you up to 75 after. Yeah, I mean, you usually have to work your way up an airline. Like I said, airlines are all based on seniority. Like, just come in with the mindset you're gonna have zero say when you enter an airline. You'll have zero options. Basically, you're gonna get what they give you, and be happy with it, be appreciative with it, grind and work your way up, because you can really do wherever you want to go in an airline, work your way to. Especially, like I said, right now they got lots of opportunities. You know, airline jobs are, I mean, they're a grind. They're not just like, okay, I'm gonna get in and in like 3 years I'm gonna be a captain. Like, it doesn't work that way. I mean, you got guys in there that have been pilots for 20 years and still haven't made captain. Like, becoming a captain is not necessarily a 100% guarantee. It is what you make of it in the airline and what you become of yourself and learn and all that kind of stuff. But like I said, you also have to have openings. Because you can only fly from the left seat when you're a captain. You can only fly from the right seat when you're not a captain. So when you become a captain, then they lose a pilot in the right seat. So the only way you can fly both is if you're a check airman. Alright, let's check in our cabin. Let's see how we're doing. If I remember correctly, the fuel in here kind of feeds out of one tank faster than the other. It doesn't seem to be doing it this time. Looks like maybe they fixed that fuel issue. I mean, maybe it is a little bit. Hard to tell. Alright, so we got about 240 miles to our top of descent, not too far. About 50 minutes till we're in Boston or so. So yeah, we're looking pretty good. So far so good, no shenanigans to report so far with this aircraft. I'm pleased. I think we're gonna get the real test of the aircraft though once we get to our approach into Boston. That's when we'll get our real test. See, where's that moon at? Oh, moon's down there. Or way up there. you fly the big airplanes, you are in cruise way longer than the smaller planes? Yes. You typically, yes. Is it worth the price? Is what worth the price, Kenny? Becoming a pilot? Or what? What are you asking if it's worth the price? Oh, the A321. Okay. A tricky question to answer, Kenny. I cannot, in my professional opinion, I cannot recommend that you buy the plane that you have to pay for and then download a mod to make it fly. Can't recommend them. However, with my experience with the plane, it flies good with the mod. I don't have really any issues to say when it comes to its flyability so far. When it first came out, I did, because the mod that was developed for it was not fully ready yet. And so you guys remember back in Cuba, it killed us. On the very first flight we did with it, as soon as it captured the ILS in Cuba, it made the plane do a barrel roll straight into the ground, and it would not work after that. Even loading back in, it would not work. So, after that though, I tried it again, and we've had successful flights with it ever since. Which I think I've done about at least five flights since that crash, and we've had great results. So, is it flyable and enjoyable with the mod? Yes. I just can't say I recommend you buying it because I don't fully support Latin VFR in their plane for that reason of you should not have to pay for something you have to mod. But if you like it and you think it's worth it for you, that's part of the reason why I fly it is, one, I actually do like flying it, but it does not mean that I support paying for this aircraft. The reason I bought it in the first place is because I'm a content creator, and it's my job to show you guys the plane so you can make your own educated answers to, okay, I think it's worth it for me to pay the price. So that's what it really comes down to, is it worth it to you? Not is it worth it to me? Because worthing it to me could not be the same reasons it'd be worth it to you. So, you know, I have fun with it, flying with it. We don't have any other A321s that are good. How much is it? I don't remember how much I paid. I think it was like 30 bucks. I can take a look though. Let's see. I think it's around like 25, 30 bucks if I'm not mistaken. I think you can only buy it in-game now on the Microsoft Marketplace. I don't see it on their website anymore. So I think you can just buy it only in the Microsoft Marketplace now. Because I wasn't seeing it on their website. So, but if you get the, like I said, you can get the compatibility mod off of flightsim.to for free. I would recommend joining their Discord because sometimes they update the plane and don't post it on flightsim.to right away. If you join their Discord, then you'll get the latest updates and the latest news on the development of the mod. And there is a separate team, not Latin VFR, there's a separate team that is developing that mod. Just like they did with Fly-by-Wire, just like the Zebo team did. So, I mean, this has the... From what I've seen in the recent updates, because I haven't flown this since they recently updated, this is my first flight in a while. They've made some good improvements so far from what I've seen. They seem to have fixed the fuel issue. The fuel, for the most part, seems to be draining more accurately now, because it was at one point one of these tanks would kind of go empty faster than the other. It looks like they made a lot of improvements here in the FMC for future updates. Different things with the weather and stuff you can do, different stuff when talking to ATC, stuff you can do now. You can do your flight request, you know, change some of this request here, and you can do ground request. So there's definitely a lot of functionality there. There's a lot more functionality with the tablet now. I mean, it's all really similar to the fly-by-wire A320 that I'm sure you guys are familiar with. But I like the tablet functionality for the most part. So yeah, like I said, just make the assumption it's all about what you guys fly. Like, no one should be hating on anyone. No one should be hating on anyone if they want to fly what people call a Frankenplane or anything like that. Like, this is all about what you enjoy. And if you enjoy flying it and you think it's worth it, go, by all means, buy it. Buy it and fly it. I'm not 100% like black and white when it comes to like buying certain planes when developers and stuff like that. Like, that and VFR, they make great scenery. Do they make great planes? No, because their plane by itself is trash. Someone had to come in and develop a mod to make it actually a good plane, which now it's pretty decent. So, like I said, I know there's a lot of people out there and they're like, you know, bigger streamers and stuff like, oh, I don't support this and I won't fly it on my channel ever because I'm not going to support their stuff and give them money and stuff like that. And I don't really see it like that. I just see it as something I enjoy now. But I did only buy it because I'm a content streamer, which is then turns why I had a chance to learn that, okay, it's actually really enjoyable. I probably never would have even tried it if I wasn't a content creator. But again, that's why I did it, because you guys get to see more people. You get to see more people fly it and make your own choice, so you don't feel like you got duped when you go and buy it. And with the tablet in the 737, I would agree. I can't wait either. Hopefully that update releases before the end of the year, and hopefully the 900 releases before the end of the year. Hopefully an early Christmas present is what I'm hoping for. Hopefully. You know, time will tell, though, obviously. Time will tell. But that's what I'm hoping for. So yeah, hopefully we get that by Christmas, man. That's what I'm really hoping for. How true that will be, I have no idea, because this was supposed to be released a couple months ago now, I believe. Like the tablet and the 900 were supposed to be released, I believe, a couple months ago. Alright, we're looking good dope on our way to Boston. Still got probably about another 15 minutes or so, I think, to our top of descent. Roughly. Let's check on in here. Let's see, where's our top of descent marker? Yep, there it is right there at Potomac. Let's see, one leg today, Kevin? Yes, we just got the one leg tonight. I gotta get to bed early tonight as I gotta go drive all the way out to the desert tomorrow. It's gonna take me about an hour and a half, 2 hours to drive to work tomorrow. Going to our other building out in the desert, so unfortunately can't be on too late tonight. Because you know me, I mean, would usually stream till midnight, 1 in the morning if I could. But it's busy. Do you like playing Africa? I do. I think Africa is tremendously underrated in the simulator, to be honest. Like Africa has some pretty stunning sights to fly to, and I think it's just highly like unutilized when it comes to air traffic. Like if I look at the map right now, like there's all kinds of people flying in the US and Europe, and like 5 planes in Africa, and I think it's just highly underrated. Like there's a lot of good places to fly. I think people look at Africa and they think that it's just like a barren desert, no good scenery, but that's just not true. Do you get sleep? Of course I get sleep. I don't get very much sleep, but I get sleep. Not very much, but I do get it. Keep on drinking. We keep on wishing. Yeah, Africa. I think we need to do some more African flying. Like, I need to get some more scenery and stuff. We need to do like a proper tour of Africa soon. Maybe we'll start the new year with a tour of Africa. Like, we'll go all the way around Africa or something. There's definitely a lot of good places to fly to. Do 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 do. Yeah, just not very much sleep, but we do get sleep. I get anywhere from 3 to 6 hours of sleep a night. It's usually somewhere in that area. Do 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 do. Let's see, what are we flying over right now? We are flying over... Are we in New York? We are in New York now. And we're flying over Ithaca. Looks like Ithaca. So it's Ithaca down here below us. I think it's Ithaca right there. And then we got Rochester back up that way. We got Syracuse. That's Syracuse right there. The lovely Vertical Sim Syracuse Airport is right in there. We have gone too many times. Do, 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 do. Really need to get a more comfortable chair. I keep lagging on the chair because I can't justify myself spending that much money on a chair. Good chairs are expensive, man. I don't want to spend money on a cheap-ass chair that I'm not going to like either, because can't come to spend money on that either. Oh, rock, Kenny. Sounds good, Mr. Kenny. Have you ever flown in Tasmania? I don't think so. I don't think I have. I don't. We've flown over Tasmania. I don't think we've landed there. Or Tasmania. I don't think we haven't landed there in Tasmania. But we have flown over it. It's Tasmania, not Mania. Yeah, Tasmania. However it is that you pronounce it. If you guys just joining us, please don't forget to smash down that thumbs up button. Let's get those likes up. I know we can get there. Let's get them likes up. Alright, let's take a look at, get some updated METAR data for Boston. Boston still landing runway 27. Clear skies for the most part. Partly cloudy a little bit, but good visibility. Winds are 10 knots. Altimeter's 3019er. So should make for pretty great landing conditions into Boston. Winds are 330, so it's going to be a slight crosswind. Surprised they're having us land 27. They're not having us land on 33. I think they're departing 33. What runway are they departing? Yeah, they're departing 33 left, but having us land 27. Do 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 do.
The thought, what's the use of wailing when you've fallen deep below, underneath the roots that grow? There comes a point where you must choose. Will I win or will I lose? Will I hold on to what no longer serves me? Or will I heed the call that deserves me? Free thoughts aloud, time to be proud. No cars around.
Give me 1 sec, guys. I'm gonna be right back before we start our descent. I'm gonna get some more water. I'll be right back.
Glossing over, I've been a pushover, but now I'm a drover, I'm a rover, and an obstacle crossover. A challenge pushes you on. How you know you have a one? Disidentify from your mind. Transcendent, you will find. Transcendent, you will find. Transcendent, you will find.
Alright, I'm back. I am back. Do 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 do. Alright, we're getting close to our top of the set now, guys. Coming in here hot. We are 30 miles away from our top of descent. Look at our chart together here. We're on the J Fund 2 arrival. And we're coming in for runway 27. So we're going to be taking this arrival down in here, down to 6,000. For the arrival into 27. So let's go ahead and go, and we'll bring this down to 6,000. So this thing does have working BNAV and LNAV, so that's good. Tells us our top of descent point. It is one of the pluses of this aircraft. It does have working BNAV. Do 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 do. What are all those bright spots? Those are like cities. All those bright spots would be like cities where all the city light is reflecting up from the ground. Okay, so those are all like small cities. Small little towns and cities where the lights are. That's what you're seeing that are the bright spots. Why are they orange? I mean, they're not orange, they're like a yellowish amber type color. Yeah, they're like an amber type color. I wouldn't say they're orange. I mean, they're different colors, just depends on like how bright the lights are from there. I mean, a lot of street lights are orange-ish in color, or amber is really, I guess, the correct term. But a lot of street lights and stuff are amber, that's why it's reflecting those kind of colors, because that's the color of most of the lights. Just like it would normally in a normal city. It looks like we've reached our top of descent here, so let's go ahead and start descending. Our seatbelt sign can come back on now. No, all cities are not using LEDs. No. Especially not smaller cities. I mean, cities are switching to LEDs, but no, all cities do not use LEDs. And even if they do use LEDs, they're still not white. Like, just because they're using LEDs doesn't mean the color is white. They still use amber colored LEDs. So different color lights symbolize different things. But we have started our descent now into Boston. We're going to do an auto brake low. On our arrival on 27, we pretty much want to go to the end of the runway when we land. And exit, well, I mean, optimal, I guess we exit out Echo, but we can exit on Alpha as well. I think it's Alpha, or that could be Kilo. Exit on Kilo. Or just exit the end of the runway will be fine, so. Do 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 do. On the sides of the airplane? What colors? I mean, if you're looking at this, the windows right here, that's just the lights from inside the cabin. But if you're talking about like the plane lights, the beacon light, and then like the strobes, I mean, the strobe lights just signify so planes know if they're looking at the front of the plane or if they're looking at the back of the plane. So that's why you see that green light there. So in the back, on the Airbus, they have white lights right here. So this signifies that if they see the white lights, they're looking at the back side of the plane, so they know the plane's going away from them if they're on the ground or in the air. And then when they look from the front, if they see a red light on this side and a green light on this side, then they know which side of the plane it is and it's coming straight at them. So that's what the different colors signify. Yes, this one's green and this one's red in the front. In the back, they're white. In the back, they're not green and red, they're white. And for Boeing, Boeing has them on the wingtips, but Airbus has them on the tail for whatever reason. They have them instead of on the wings, they have them on the tail. Boeing would have that on the back side of the wing lights. Airbus, they have them in the front. Yeah, one is white, one's red. The strobes signify also just help make the plane visible because the blinking light. Yeah. Getting, I'm almost back. I'm back almost at TOD. Nice. Planes don't just flush the water out like that in the air. If they're over the ocean, they can drain their tanks, but not over the city. They do not just drop their toilet water. That's located underneath the plane. They do actually service that and clean it out on the ground. Don't think it's model on here. I have no idea where it's at. I just know it's underneath the plane. Yeah, it's just underneath the plane. There's nothing that you can really see here, but it's somewhere underneath the plane. But I have no idea exactly where it's at. Never had to do it. Light it up, light it up, light it up, way oh. Alright, well, we are making our descent nicely here into Boston. We'll be on the ground about 15 to 20 minutes. Or so, roughly. We need to enter in our descent data, actually, here. So let's do that. Let me bring this up. Let me get my weather information again. So altimeter is going to be 3018. 3018. And we'll put that in there. Temperature is going to be where's the temperature? Why am I not seeing the temperature? All right, I've gone blind. Winds are 330 at 10. 330. 330 at 10. Our barrow is 460. But our temperature, I have gone. I think it's -2. Oh boy. I think it's -1. I'll put that in there. And that should be good. All right. Looking good. Passing 21,000 feet here. Let's see if I can put a fix in. There we go. Let's put in a fix. Okay, BOS. And then I want a radius of 10 miles. There we go. Okay, on the next page, I'll do another one. Okay, boss again. Radial for 5. There we go. Cool. Alright, we got our fixed circles in. That looks good. Boston is just right up here on the horizon. Up in front of us here somewhere. Alright, switch over from standard pressure here. It's gonna be 3018. There we go. Coming in looking good. No ATC still online, so we're on Unicom for landing. Let me get our replay recorder up here. My replay recorder up before I forget to make sure we have a replay for landing. City lights of Boston coming into view. Let's get our landing lights back on here. In our cabin. All right, looking good though. Let's see, we're out on the map here. So yeah, should be Boston, like right up in this general area. Alright, we're looking good. Let's arm our spoilers. Alright, so it's supposed to be an hour and 25-minute flight. We've been airborne for an hour and 10 minutes. We should have a nice on-time arrival. Maybe even a little bit early, depending on how we do this. And how we cut ourselves in for landing, so. Once we start turning in towards final, then we'll get our music down and our sim sounds back up. Alright, everything's looking good as we're coming in for that arrival over the city. It's a pretty picture right there. Lovely city of Boston. Boston is a great city to visit. Lots of history there. Lots of American history. I don't even have any good window views. Person's face. Alright, after this song, we'll get our sounds back up, music down, and airplane sounds back up. Do 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 do. There is Boston Airport right down there, downtown Boston. Has 33 left, 33 right. We're gonna come in 27 going across. Oh, baby. Up top is here. What's going on, man? Welcome aboard. Good to see you. Good to see you. Do, 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 do. Oh, there's another plane right there. Let's announce ourselves here. Boston traffic, Delta 1003 is on downwind for final on 27 at Revere at 7,000 Boston. Who is Miss Midnight Maverick? I'm not sure, Alcus. Not sure. No Miss Midnight Maverick here. Looks like another plane coming in on final right now. It's not you saw on YouTube yet. No, that's someone separate for me. It is not me. Manage speed here. I'm going to start descending down to 3,000. And we are going to go flaps 1 here. We'll bring our speed down to 210. And let's go and get our sounds back up. Music down. Just got done playing in Modern Warfare 2. Nice. How you liking it? You playing? What were you playing? Campaign, Warzone, multiplayer. Which were you playing? Flight attendants, please take your seats for our arrival. Company message again. What? It just took forever for that METAR data to come through. It says unavailable. We're going to activate our landing system. Alright, we're going to turn into loner. You're level 80 prestige 1? Nice. I am not that advanced. Not that advanced, man, but we should get some matches together. Sure. Alright, we need to deploy some speed brakes here. Alright, so we're going to turn in direct to loner. Let's go direct. Loner. Our aircraft's not wanting to slow down. That's alright. We're going to go down to 1,700 feet here. Now we're slowing down. Let's go to 200 here on the speed. Bring these back in and arm them. We got 8 minutes to be on the ground. 7 minutes to be on the ground for an on-time arrival. Austin traffic, Delta 1003 turning a 12-mile final for runway 27 Boston. Alright, let's activate our localizer. I was getting mostly playing shoot house map for sniping. Hey, no worries. Localizer's been captured. Let's arm the approach mode. Let's bring our speed down here to 180. And let's go gear down. Gear down, flaps 2.
Flight attendants, please prepare for landing.
Excited for shipment map coming out Wednesday? Nice. Looks like we got snow on the ground up there.
2,500.
We are landing. Just in time, Andy, just in time. You learn nervous landing night. I don't know if I really get nervous anymore. I mean, I'm more aware. Like I try to be a little more focused while landing at night because it's definitely not the same as landing in the daytime. Alright, once we reach glide slope, then we will, once we capture glide slope, and I will go final, there we go. Let's go final arrival speed. Glide slope's been captured. And flaps 3 coming out. speed, definitely not slowing down.
1,000.
Nice. And let's go flaps full. There we go, flaps full are coming out. And we'll go replay, record, hit. Alright, I'll see you guys on the ground. My controls. We got a crosswind here, so just gotta be aware of that.
Hundred above, 500.
Put your landing rate guesses in now.
Minimum, 400.
Been a while since we've landed this plane, so
300. 200. 40, 30, 20, retard, 10,
Hold it, hold it, hold it.
6, 5,
There we go, we're down. That was a little rough. For sure. That felt so weird landing it. Alright, forward manual braking, 80 knots, still on the reversers. It felt a little firm, but we'll see what it gave us. I don't know if it popped up on stream or not. Like I didn't see it. Fix it right here. Rudder's being sensitive. Alright, welcome to Boston. We made it. Disarm our spoilers, we'll get our flaps up. Alright, we exited at Echo. We're going to take Echo straight towards the ramp. Boston traffic Delta 1003, crossing runway 22 right. At Echo. It wasn't that hard, JM. Relax. Relax, was not that hard. You'll be flying out in 2 weeks, leaving Friday the 23rd, heading back to Chicago for the holidays. Nice. I hope you have a good time there. We're looking for gate number 21 is what we're looking for. Okay, hold right here real quick and zoom in and look for gate 21. Stop right here. Look for gate Alpha 21. Going all the way in the back at the satellite terminal. Alright, here we go. All the way to the back. Alpha 21's not even on here. So we can do Alpha 20. Let's get the landing lights off as well. We're not going to shut our engines down though. Let's see. I did Google though, and I think I may have just spoken correctly to track of time as I set up the plane. I haven't been back in sim yet. Ooh, there you go. First time traveling with your dog, nice. Asking for Insta Online. I thought the Phoenix has Insta Online, doesn't it? Could be wrong, but I thought it did. Alright, I've never parked at the satellite terminal back here. I do see a bunch of Delta on it, though. I'm not taxiing too fast. I'm going 16 knots. We can go all the way up to like 40. Almost. We can go all the way up to like 35 knots. Alright, we're looking for number 20. Should be right over here. I think it's that one there. Come on. That's A19. There we go, A20's right there. I'll see A20 now. I'll see A20. Oh, come on. Him Strange Mind still takes about 5-6 minutes, which I thought it was normal. I mean, it is normal for it to take a while. Like, aligning doesn't happen like that quickly. Automatic line amp system here. And stop. Oh, went too far. Alright, parking brake is set. Let's take a look outside. How do we do? Not too bad. Not too bad. A little off center. I'll give us 7.5 on that parking. Where's your ground guide? We don't have a ground guide. We had the electronic guide right in front of us. See that little box right there? This is the marshalling. It's an automatic marshaller or electronic marshaller. There's no ground dude. See, it is, so honestly I think the last few times I set up probably just didn't notice it was aligning. Possibly. Safety X marshallers, yes. I've been in the PMG so much recently I need to get back into that Airbus. Yes, we've been flying a lot of PMGG as well. We're back in the Airbus tonight. Nice arrival into Boston. Lovely fly Tampa scenery from Boston. Very busy tonight, but we're here. We're parked. Let's go ahead and we'll get our flaps reset. Get everything reset for the replay. Get our lights back on. Ooh, that's some bright lights. Some bright lights. Blinding everyone at the terminal. How many people's job the machine took? Quite a bit. I mean, they still need the guys for baggage handling and stuff like that, so maybe not that much. Just don't need people to marshal in. Marshals the plane already. Alright, so that's good. We never started our chrono. We arrived right on time. Hour and 40-minute block. But yeah, we arrived right on time. It took us 6 minutes to taxi to the gate. That's good there. Flaps are set. And let's what was our landing rate? So Volanta's giving us a minus 191 on that. Minus 191 on the landing rate, so not bad. It just felt weird because I haven't flown this plane in a while. Felt weird to me, but we'll take a look at it. Let's do the replay. Still got to be landing from the outside here. But everything looked pretty good. Nice flight tonight from Detroit over to Boston. Some real Delta ops in the A321. How do I like the A321? It's nice. I like it. It's fun to fly. I mean, it kind of reminds me of the Tolus a little bit. It's not as good as the Tolus. As I've said before, I can't like actually recommend someone pays for this, because you have to add a mod, and you shouldn't have to pay for something you have to have a mod for. But if it's worth it to you, by all means, get it, fly it. I enjoy flying it. To reduce speed, I wasn't even going fast. I'm not sure you're talking about, JM. So, that was a little firm. I think it was definitely more like a 230. It gave us a 191 though. I think I was just in a weird position in the cockpit. I was sitting up too high. Fully fleshed out one, yeah. I mean, like I said, it's 30 bucks or something like that, 25 bucks. You know, if you really want to fly an A321 with the mod, I mean, there is a dedicated team that is modding this and making it flyable and good. So with that, I mean, like I said, it's enjoyable. I mean, for the Phoenix announced one, yeah, that'd be awesome if the Phoenix announced one. Yeah, we could have pulled back a little bit more, but not bad. We'll take it. It looked like I was so high up in the air though, and I think it's just because of the way I was seated in the cockpit. I think I was seated too high. I was up looking down instead of how I should have been seated. But didn't look too bad. I mean, I definitely wanted to float towards the end there. But we'll take it. Never had PTC, so I'm curious, see if FS Labs will. Yeah, I don't know if FS Labs will or not. That was a good question. A good question to see if that's going to be the thing, but who knows. So, take this time though to thank all of you guys, my subscribers, members, moderators, and donors. Without you guys, none of this is possible. Appreciate each and every one of you guys. I hope you guys are enjoying the holiday time here so far. Yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying that holiday time. You're nervous that you're not going to have enough runway? Is that why you went down so hard? I mean, no, but we were floating too much to where I couldn't float it on, or else we would have ran out of runway. It's not that I was nervous. I just knew that you know, legally we have to get it down within the stripes. So I had to get it down, but still not a bad landing. We didn't really come down that hard. But, I mean, we didn't have a super long runway to work with either. Only a 7,500 foot runway or 7,000 foot runway, so. It took plenty of time. I'm not sure what you're going on about, JM, but anyways. That landing was definitely a acceptable real-world landing. There was nothing wrong with that landing whatsoever. Can't get butters every time. It's just not realistic. So, anywho, I appreciate you guys for joining us. We will be live tomorrow with some kind of After Dark. Not sure what we're going to do tomorrow, but some kind of After Dark's coming tomorrow. And then we're going to be flying again on Thursday. Thursday's the next flight. So I hope to see you guys tomorrow night for the After Dark. And hope to see you guys soon. So, yep, nope. There's no winning sometimes. No winning sometimes. We landed safe. We even exited earlier than we thought we were going to exit. Exited at Alpha, so we used up most of the runway. But I'm going to leave it in here with the replay at the start of it here. Give you guys the GoPro view in. Hope you guys enjoy the arrival. And I will see you guys hopefully tomorrow night. Enjoy. Thank you, Mr. Kevin, Mr. Andy. Appreciate you guys as always. Mr. Kenny and everyone else that joined tonight. Alcus, you guys are all absolutely amazing. The community that we have started to grow here on YouTube has been incredible. Enjoy the arrival, guys. Until tomorrow, Mavericks out. See ya.